Hi everyone, I'm Alex Rose and I'm joined today by Craig Pickering, who is the Zone Maintenance Manager for Zone 1 at our Hull site, but he was recently seconded into the Zone Production Manager role.
Correct.
Craig's going to be moving into the Site Engineering Manager role. So we thought we'd sit down with him today to basically look at his career path, look at his journey through BBF and the progression that he's had. So Craig, congratulations on your recent promotion.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
talk us through how do you feel about your new role?
Yeah, it's something that I've wanted for a while. It's something one of my goals, what I wanted to do throughout my career. Obviously, an opportunity to move into that role, and I grabbed it with both hands. And obviously, hopefully, I can do as good as others, and obviously make things better for the business.
Yeah, excellent. And obviously, kind of looking back on your career of BBF, tell us, where did it start? How long ago did it start? And just talk us through your kind of progression with BBF.
Okay, so about 11 years ago, I used to contract onto the site. I used to do fabrication and mechanical servicing and anything they needed me to do.
Yeah.
The shift patterns changed to 4 and 4 from double days. And with that, they were short on engineers. So obviously the company reached out for support.
Yeah.
And then I was asked to come on shift to support that. I was here for about a year doing support work on the shifts. And then obviously you build relationships with the guys and the staff. And then I applied, a role actually came up and I applied, was successful. But obviously my knowledge then wasn't as great as it is now.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I went on a semi-skilled rate. And I was on that for a couple of years. And then obviously I was given more training, obviously knowledge got better, and I went multi-skilled. And then a few years later, I've got the opportunity to be supervisor.
Yeah.
And then went into that role. And now our role changed, but not as much as you think. We went into obviously managers.
Yeah,
we've got obviously called managers. We're managing a lot more, and now we've got supervisors.
Yeah.
And then obviously the production opportunity came, and the business needed help, obviously, to put someone there and obviously go from looking after it. And obviously I've been doing that for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
And then obviously an opportunity's come up where now I can run the site as site engineering manager.
Yeah, excellent. And how have you found production? Obviously moving from engineering being your whole career, or certainly your most recent kind of career path. How did you find the kind of transition into production, and do you think that's maybe giving you a better view of engineering now as well?
Well, first of all, obviously the staff. I already had relationships with the staff down there, so that was good. My objective was to maintain that, which obviously I've tried my hardest, and I think I have. It's been difficult at times. Obviously, it's a lot faster paced than what people think. It is fast paced, but the staff do an amazing job and the best they can.
Yeah.
There's a lot more interaction with people rather than machines, so obviously you've got a lot more challenges that way. But no, it's a massive learning curve regarding how critical it is when something's down. Yeah. And it could only be down for a few minutes, but the impact it can make on the OE, for the day and the plan attainment. It has opened my eyes a lot regarding that, and how the simpler things can make production's life easy. And I already kind of knew that a little bit anyway, because I worked closely with the manager before. But it's really opened my eyes a lot more to that, and like just the daftest of things, and how it can just disrupt the full day. Yeah,
like a snowball.
Just once it starts, it's hard. You're chasing it throughout the day. But no, the team's really good, and obviously they've helped me a lot, and they've taught me a lot, and hopefully I've taught them things. And so it's difficult, but I think I've managed it along the way, so it's made me stronger. So
excellent. Perfect. So I mean, have you got can you share with us any plans that you've got for your new role when you step into it?
No, not really. Well, really, it's just about keeping things the same as they are. Obviously, speak to the engineers, see if they're happy. Obviously, develop, train, which I used to do 6 prior, which obviously I speak to you directly. Obviously, influence, and hopefully people. The biggest thing I want people to be influenced and see what can be achieved. Obviously, even apprenticeships, you can be late in your apprenticeship. You don't have to be 16, 17, 18, 19. You can be 25, you can be 30. And you can get into engineering, you can get apprenticeship, you can develop yourself and become an engineer. And that's all you need to do. It's and I was a late starter, but obviously I hit the ground running, and I had transferable skills. But yeah, obviously in a short space of time, things can change for the better, and we've seen this in our zone, in Zone 1, and with a few asset care, and we've trained them and developed them, and we're building them up, and they're doing apprenticeships now. So and they're like 30s and 40s, and so
definitely. I think the kind of term apprenticeship is you know,
think of a young person.
Notoriously seen as, you know, a school leaver or a college leaver. As actually there's many forms of apprenticeships, and you can be, you know, you could be an accountant, for example, but you could be doing an apprenticeship, you know, whether it's
I did one a few years ago in management, and then a 2-year management apprenticeship. So
there's loads of different kind of variation, which I think is a really good thing. What sort of training and development have you received from BBF in order to I suppose, support your career and help you grow into kind of the role that you'll be going into?
So from the very beginning, I was given pneumatics and electrical. And then I've done, obviously, I've got all my safeties, my IOS, my food safety, and then I've got my ASAP training. And then I've done my 2-year management apprenticeship. And then I paused. I was paying for my masters in engineering management. So I did my first module and passed. But then I put it on pause to help the business in Zone 1. And hopefully I'll pick that up in the future, which you can do with them sort of courses. And I get to finish my masters, which I think obviously we've discussed. But no, I think there's all these other little courses we do. IASCO, so it's abrasive wheels and stuff, and safety things. But QPEM, there's another thing, obviously controller contractors. So these are a lot of options. I know I didn't need to do a lot of the training, like welding and mechanical, which I didn't need, but it's the things that was offered. I know a few of our staff have gone on level 3 electrical, which is a brilliant qualification, and they've paid for. So no, there's lots and lots of training on site, and obviously to the right people with the right work ethics, which I've discussed before about work ethics. If you've got that right attitude, you can go a long way. Yeah, of course you can go a long way.
What would you maybe say to me that's looking at starting a career in engineering, whether they are younger, whether they're, you know, maybe a bit more mature?
Obviously, right attitude, desire. Obviously, you need to set yourself some goals and what you want to achieve, where you want to go, career path. Just work ethic. That's the biggest one. Drive and work ethic, right attitude. Not everything goes your own way. I've been turned down for supervisor job. And obviously, but it didn't stop me. It didn't derail me. So obviously, I kept on going and pushing. I thought, right, it made me push even harder. Find a motivation. And that's drive, determination, motivation, goals. I'll get you where you want to be, and just keep learning, accept new challenges. Don't be put down by someone knocking you down. So it's just a case of that, and then that gets seen. Because I see people now who've got that work ethic, drive and motivation. You want to reward it because you deserve it. And I think they're the people that get seen. And obviously, I know there's a lot of people that don't like putting their hands up, but they get seen as well because it's the job completion, it's the willingness to do something else or go above and beyond. And I think a lot of people might have seen that in me. And that's where I am. Because of that.
How did you get into engineering in the first place? Was it, you know, what interested you to pursue a career in engineering?
So I worked at a garage.
Car garage.
So I had 2 young children, and I was married. And I was married very young. And obviously that was part of my motivation. I've always been very good with my hands. Building anything. And I worked in a garage, and then I got an opportunity to work for a friend. His father, he currently works here as well. And obviously they helped me on the way, training, and obviously put me on an apprenticeship. Which obviously I'll be forever grateful. And then I moved companies to someone else, and then obviously finished my apprenticeship off, and then obviously I worked for them for a good 2 or 3 years, and then obviously moved along, and then obviously come here, and obviously subcontracts on 3 years. That was it. So obviously that's how I started. It was my motivation was I needed to do a good career. I liked engineering from mechanical side, but I needed something more. And obviously I got given an opportunity, or a door opened, and I ran through it.
Yeah.
And from that, I've never looked back.
What would you say is the most rewarding thing with engineering?
It's going to sound bad, this, but when you've got a breakdown and it's been hard to find, or you've been able to achieve and get it going again, it's that you almost get like a buzz off it. It's almost not adrenaline, but a buzz. And I think all engineers relate to that. A lot of people like to be reactive because you're kind of buzzing off each and every one. And obviously the proactive stuff, obviously you're just checking. Some people love just being proactive. And obviously you get a balance of both. But it's the buzz after thinking, yes, I've done that, I've achieved that, or
Everyone's
we've achieved that.
Waiting on you to fix.
And you almost you've got it up and going, and it's like a clap sort of thing. And or you don't have as many now, but obviously if the mixes, I remember once a mixer broke down. The site director before me, and it was going to be down for the next couple of days or next day, and I did a long shift to get it going, and I said to him, look, just leave it with me and we'll get it going. And I got it working with obviously the colleagues that I was working with, and we got it going, and then he was able to do the trials and everything the next day, so it was just rewarding that way. But like you say, you get seen in a different light as well.
Of course you do. People notice things like that.
But it's rewarding, just feeling that buzz when you've done something good. It's like if you did some at home and you think, I fixed my boiler, or I guess I don't have to pay someone to do it. So you get like a good feeling on it.
Definitely. Obviously, you've progressed quite nicely through BBF. You're moving into a site engineer manager role. What are your future plans?
Stay within the business. Obviously, I've had discussions with other people regarding my career path. Obviously, stay within the business, develop. Obviously, just maybe group roles eventually, and site roles, group roles, and stuff like that. Obviously, this is not the end. It's just the beginning still. I still haven't achieved everything I want. It's a goal. It's not the end goal. But just keep pushing. Helping the business as well. It's not a case of I want people to always look back and go, we need Craig. We need Craig. We need him here. We need him to help us. And that's like say that good feeling where people notice that you want it. So I want people to say we want him to come here. We need his help, or we'll call on him. So that was the main objective, and obviously just keep pushing till I can get as far as I can get.
So that wraps up our interview, I suppose, with Craig, who's going to be the new site engineering manager of our large hull site. No, congratulations again.
Thank you.
And thanks for sitting down with us.
Thank you.